Hey guys, so today is my 21st birthday and I thought this would be the perfect time to do a draw my life video and share my journey so far. So my name is Caroline and I was born on the 28th of May 1992 in Adelaide, South Australia. Please ignore that terrible map of Australia. And I was born to the greatest parents in the world who also already had my older brother, and his name is Alex and he's about 2 years older than I am. So growing up we lived in a small unit and I shared a room with my brother, which I actually didn't really mind because I remember every time our friends would come over we would make little forts out of our beds and blankets and play with our Lego and soft toys. I also loved cartoon movies, in particular the Aristocats, Lion King and the Land Before Time series. And okay, that's meant to be a picture of Littlefoot. If you've seen the movies you'll know what I'm talking about. A little bit of background info. Both my parents were born in Poland. My dad grew up there while my mum moved to Sweden when she was little, so that's where she grew up. Basically, majority of my relatives live in Europe, which kind of sucks because I don't get to see them that often. I did travel a bit when I was very little, but I don't remember. However, when I was 7 years old, we actually moved to Sweden for about a year and we lived with my grandparents in the town of Gothenburg. And since my mum is a Swedish citizen, my brother and I automatically got dual citizenship. And we were able to go to an international English speaking school, which was awesome. Even though I was so young, I have so many vivid and amazing memories of this year. I loved everything about Sweden, being able to see my grandparents, aunts, uncles and cousins whenever I wanted, and of course making great friends at school. I remember during our lunch breaks, during the winter time, me and my friends would make snowmen during our lunch break and it was so much fun. So after a year we moved back to Australia and it was nice to be home, although a part of me will always see Sweden as home too. And growing up, I remember my brother was a pretty big influence on my interests, as I'm sure most girls with brothers can relate to. We loved watching Cheese TV and shows like Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, but as I got a bit older I did get into more girly things. And I remember in year 3 me and my two best friends would play Saddle Club and run around the school like we were riding horses. I don't even know. In grade 4 I moved to primary schools and I really enjoyed this new school until about year 6 when I was put into a mixed year 6 and 7 class, and for some reason all the year 7s hated me and my little group of friends and would just bully us all the time. We told our teacher on them, but then they just got mad and bullied us even more. So I don't know, I just remember hating going to school and the year felt like it went on forever. But finally they graduated primary school and I became year 7 and I was suddenly top of the school and it was freaking awesome. And then came high school and my friends went to different schools, so I had to start fresh. I instantly made a group of friends and we called ourselves the Pink Ladies. I know, so original. I think this is where my love for the internet also started. Anyone remember Pixo? I got really into those sites and had heaps of online friends from around the world, so that was pretty cool. After a couple of years though, I kind of felt like I was growing apart from the Pink Ladies. I mean, they're still my good friends to this day, but at the time we just didn't really have that much in common, and to be honest I just kind of felt a little bit lost. Luckily 10th grade is when we got to start choosing more interesting subjects and classes did get quite mixed. One of my subjects was Italian and I made a new friend who is actually now my best friend today, and I remember we had the same interests and bonded over our love of food, and we even gave each other stupid nicknames which we still refer to ourselves today. I also did a subject called multimedia where I became close with another girl in class. We got to film movies and edit them and it was just so much fun. I also got my first job in year 10 at a local soccer club. At this stage I also got really into blogging and graphic design. I was actually like advancing my skills in subjects like computer art and web programming, and went from Pixo sites to proper domain websites for my personal blog. I also actually owned celebrity fashion and beauty fan sites where I would post the kind of get the look picture tutorials for their clothes and makeup. I was convinced that when I finished high school I would be a professional website designer and programmer, but after a while all these websites just got too time consuming and I kind of, well, just sort of stopped. Also, one day my friend from multimedia introduced me to YouTube and fan-made music videos girls our age from around the world would make. I never made them myself, but I loved watching. One day I randomly stumbled upon a beauty channel, Megan Hart's Makeup. I loved her videos and from there started watching other amazing beauty vloggers, and within a couple months I was officially obsessed with makeup, and in January of 2010 I decided to start a channel called XOFM Beauty and make my own beauty videos. Around this time I also left the soccer club and got a proper job at a pharmacy through my brother's good friend, and then finally came 12th grade, my last year of high school, and to be honest I put in zero effort. I skipped class a lot and left all my assignments to the last minute. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, and therefore no real motivation. Through YouTube, my passion for makeup had grown, but I didn't really have any interest in being a makeup artist. I was basically lost. I spent most of year 12 focusing on working, trying to save up for a holiday after school. Anyway, even though I didn't study at all, I always found myself getting good marks in the subject business studies, and one day my friend mentioned she was looking at business and marketing degrees for university, and I realised that was something I could actually see myself doing and enjoying, so I applied for various business degrees. And thank God I finished high school, and as a graduation gift my grandparents paid for my ticket to come to Sweden again for a holiday with my mum. Since I had spent the last couple of years working hard and saving all my money, I could afford to also visit Poland, Italy, France, England and Germany. Those months in Europe were hands down the greatest experience of my life. Travelling and experiencing different cultures is a big passion of mine, and I hope to explore the world one day. While in Europe, I also got my high school results back, and let's just say they were less than desirable grades. Through sheer luck, I managed to get into my first university preference, a Bachelor of Marketing Management. When I got back to Australia, it was still uni summer holidays, so I had some spare time. I started going clubbing a lot with two of my good friends. We became kind of like a little party trio, going out every weekend. I think one of our most memorable nights was when we were leaving a club at 4 AM and I spotted David Anders, the actor who played John Gilbert on Vampire Diaries. Turns out he was in Australia for a sci-fi convention, but anyway, he was really cool and chatted with us for ages. Then summer was over and I started university. It wasn't really what I expected. I only had a couple of marketing subjects and the rest were maths, accounting and economics, all things I am shit at. And I also started working a second job at a different pharmacy, and this time I was actually pharmacy assisting. Just like year 12, I felt lost again and my priorities shifted in the wrong direction. My main priorities were work and then partying on the weekend. I also started dating a boy, but I ended that after about 3 months, but we ended it on good terms, so that was all good. So basically I was just slacking in university and actually failed a couple subjects, get my act together and focus more on study in my second year, and thankfully my grades did improve. The second year of my degree also involved a lot more marketing subjects, so I did find it a lot more enjoyable. About halfway through the year I also got offered a job at Priceline Pharmacy, and of course I said yes. And that is basically my life so far. I'm now in my third year of uni, still working at Priceline and loving both. I've also put a lot more effort into my YouTube and reached over 13,000 subscribers, which I am so thankful for. I think my plans for the future are to hopefully move to Europe mid next year. Not really sure what country, but I am going to go with my best friend. I think she's going to be studying abroad, and I'm just hoping to just get a job anywhere and then hopefully work my way up to a marketing job in the beauty industry. I'm finally at a stage where I know what I want to do with my life, and I just want to thank all of you that have supported me over the years. I've made some beautiful friends through YouTube and I'm just so thankful for that. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you do. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!